I'm Zahir with Kelvin and Abdullah, and this is Nightline. The top stories: alleged child exploitation abuse, 171 people remanded for 7 days. Interim special grant for Sabah Sarawak increased to 600 million ringgit. A total of 171 individuals have been remanded for 7 days to assist investigations into the alleged exploitation and abuse of 402 minors at several charity homes in Selangor and Negeri Sembilan. They were arrested by police in a major operation codenamed Op Global, which saw raids on 20 welfare homes across the two states on Wednesday. Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Razaruddin Hussein on Thursday said that police are working with the relevant ministries and agencies to complete the probe and to ensure that the children and adolescents who were rescued during the operation receive the necessary support and protection.
Catatan kita perlu teruskan lagi bagi melihat apa lagi tindakan yang kita boleh buatlah, terutamanya daripada segi pendidikan. Kita tahu bahawa yang berumur dalam sepatutnya bersekolah ini tapi tidak di sekolah dan dia ada pendidikan dia sendiri, dan Kementerian Pendidikan mungkin kita akan live dengan Kementerian Pendidikan juga, insyaAllah.
Razaruddin stated that police will also check whether the charity homes in question are registered. Police will also summon the top management of the raided welfare homes believed to be under GISB Holdings in Iran Berhad to provide statements. Based on initial investigations, it is believed that the parents of the rescued children and adolescents are members of GISBH. Razaruddin also revealed that the victims, aged between 1 and 17, are currently undergoing documentation and health checks, which are expected to take 7 to 12 days. They will also be interviewed regarding the allegations of sexual assault and sodomy. The top cop also said that all of the homes that were raided have been temporarily closed and may be seized as the investigation progresses. It was reported that 20 welfare homes believed to be linked to a local company involved in various businesses in Malaysia and several other countries were raided by police on Wednesday. This led to the arrest of 171 individuals aged between 17 and 54, including caretakers, religious teachers, and the chairman of the premises. Police investigations into some of the welfare homes have also uncovered claims of sodomy and child abuse. All of these suspects are being investigated under the Child Act, the Sexual Offences Against Children Act, the Anti-Trafficking in Persons and Anti-Smuggling of Migrants Act 2007, and the Penal Code. Now, the Selangor Islamic Religious Department, JAIS, said it is continuously monitoring the activities of GISBH members. This is due to their alleged links with the Ban Al-Arkam and Rufaka groups. Its director, Datuk Muhammad Shahzihan Ahmad, said that the department is in talks with the police to transfer seized items allegedly related to GISBH members to JAIS for further investigation into their beliefs and practices under the Selangor Sharia criminal enactment. It will also be taking appropriate action following the involvement of 2 registered religious schools under the department in the Op Global raids on Wednesday. Shahzihan also stated that the istitabah or repentance process managed by JAIS in 2013 has not revoked the fatwa regarding the beliefs and practices of Al-Arkam and Rufaka. GIBSH previously said it has discarded its former image as the business wing of Al-Arkam, a now defunct religious movement banned for deviant teachings, and has positioned itself as a multinational company. After Al-Arkam was banned, it was discovered that some of its members who were still active attempted to revive the movement under the name Rufaka, but changed it again after being detected by the authorities. Meanwhile, GISBH has denied allegations claiming the children at some of their welfare homes under the company were taught about sodomy and forced to sodomize each other. In a statement dated on Wednesday, GISBH stressed that the raided welfare homes were not under its management. The company also stated that it views these serious allegations as hidden and planned agendas by certain parties to tarnish its image and business. GISBH also warned that it will lodge a police report and take legal action against anyone who slandered the company. In Negeri Sembilan, a 19-year-old childcare centre assistant pleaded not guilty in the Seremban Sessions Court to 4 charges of abusing 4 children last month. The accused, Putri Nurin Amalina Ahmad Daud, entered the plea after the charges were read to him before judges Datin Surita Budin and Mio Sulaiman Ahmad Tamizi. The accused, who was responsible for the care of 4 girls aged between 5 and 6, is alleged to have abused the children by pressing a hot metal spoon onto their arms, causing physical injuries such as burns. She was accused of committing the offences at a childcare centre in Taman Mobok, Ria, in August. The charges, framed under the Child Act, provides a maximum penalty of 20 years jail and a fine of up to 50,000 ringgit upon conviction. Judge Sarita granted bail at 40,000 ringgit for 2 of the charges, with the condition that the accused report to the police station monthly, surrender her passport to the court, and is not allowed to disturb the victims. The court set October 18 pending a medical report and appointment of a lawyer.
The evolving needs of Malaysians for retirement security, how to maximize retirement benefits throughout one's career, what can be done to help Malaysians secure a stable financial future. Money Matters with EPF CEO Ahmad Zulkarnain on this Saturday at 5 p.m. on TV3 and stream on Tonton.
The federal government has agreed to increase the interim special grant for Sabah and Sarawak from 300 million ringgit to 600 million ringgit starting next year. The increase was announced by Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim during the Malaysia Agreement 1963 Implementation Action Council meeting in Kota Kinabalu on Thursday. The meeting at the Sabah International Convention Centre, SICC, began at about 2:30 p.m. and lasted some 3 hours. It was also attended by Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Fadilah Yusof, Sabah Chief Minister Datuk Seri Hajiji Noor and Sarawak Premier Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg. In a press conference following the meeting, Fadilah said the interim increase was initially supposed to be announced under the 2025 budget, but the Prime Minister decided to announce it earlier.
Yang sekarang ni dari segi formula tu belum dapat dimuktamadkan, dan kalau ikut interim ni review dia every 5 years. Tapi tadi diputuskan oleh Yang Berhormat Perdana Menteri untuk menaikkan kadar interim ini daripada 300 kepada 600 juta ringgit untuk setiap negeri.
Fadilah noted that while several issues were resolved during the meeting, some would require further discussions, citing issues such as sea borders, oil royalties, parliamentary representation and stamp duty. He said these issues remain complex due to differing legal interpretations between the federal and state governments and would be discussed at the next Technical Council meeting and will be referred to the Prime Minister, Sabah Chief Minister and Sarawak Premier for further deliberation before they can be finalized. At a separate event, the Prime Minister said the federal government will discuss with the Sabah government and Felda to enable the native customary rights land in Tambisan to be returned to the rightful owners. Speaking after the launch of the Segalanya Felda Carnival in Felda Sahabat, Anwar said numerous governments have changed and now the return is made possible by the Madani government.
Tanah adat, dia dah lama dah tuntut tanah dia. Tetapi kemudian proses itu Felda, di bawah tangan Felda. Jadi saya akan undi dengan negeri supaya kembali kepada mereka. Mana biar kembali hak kepada pemilik asal tanah itu.
The land request involves about 400 acres or more than 161 hectares of land. Any decision on the proposal to make halal certification mandatory for all restaurants and food operators will need the approval of the Conference of Rulers. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Sri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said the issue should not be politicized as it is still in the proposal stage and has yet to become a permanent policy. According to Zahir, who is also the chairman of the Malaysian Halal Council, no party should feel threatened by the proposal for the mandatory halal certification.
Lagipun soal hal agama termasuk halal ini adalah kuasa majlis raja-raja. Jadi sama ada jika kajian didapati mewajibkan atau tidak mewajibkan itu kita serahkan pada majlis raja-raja.
Zahid told this to the Malaysian media on the last day of his working visit to China on Thursday. He also assured that the government will certainly take a cautious approach regarding the findings of the study. He also reminded all parties not to accuse the Malaysian Islamic Development Department JAKIM of being slow in issuing halal certificates. Zahid added that JAKIM had already taken steps to shorten the approval period from 9 months to 15 working days, provided that all the requirements for the application have been fulfilled. On Wednesday, Communications Minister Fahmi Fadzil said the Prime Minister, Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, had requested a report on the issue of halal certification to be presented at the Cabinet meeting next week. Fahmi added that Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Religious Affairs, Datuk Muhammad Naim Mokhtar, had also been asked to look into the next steps that can be taken. The issue came into the spotlight after Seputeh Member of Parliament Teresa Kok opposed a proposal by JAKIM which would require all food establishments that do not serve pork or alcohol to obtain halal certification, arguing that it should remain voluntary and not by compulsion. Kok's statement was met with criticism from various quarters, leading to multiple police reports lodged against her, as well as an investigation initiated by Bukit Aman. Plantation and Commodities Minister Datuk Sri Johari Abdul Ghani has underscored the urgent need to revive Malaysia's natural rubber industry. This is due to Malaysia, once the world's leading exporter of natural rubber, now being among the largest importers of the commodity. Johari said he has initiated talks with the Rubber Industry Smallholders Development Authority RISDA and the Malaysian Rubber Board LGM to encourage smallholders to participate in revitalizing the sector. The discussions were focused on rediscovering abandoned rubber plantations, increasing production, enhancing the downstream industry and positioning Malaysia as a leading exporter once again.
Bekerjasama untuk memastikan bahawa ladang-ladang getah kita ini dapat diusahakan balik semula untuk membantu industri-industri hiliran menggunakan getah-getah ini untuk diekspor ke luar negara. Jadi ini adalah merupakan satu usaha yang akan dijalankan bersama-sama LGM dan juga RISDA untuk memastikan bahawa industri getah ini akan terus berjaya.
Johari said this to reporters after visiting LRG Rubber Sendirian Berhad in Bentong Pahang on Thursday. He added that there are 420,000 hectares of abandoned rubber plantations in the country that can be revitalized to reduce dependency on imports. Currently, Malaysia produces only about 380,000 metric tons of rubber, which is insufficient to meet local demand. As a result, the country is forced to import 1 million metric tons of natural rubber annually, valued at around 6 billion ringgit, to support the downstream industry. Alberto Fujimori passes away. This and more from the foreign front when Nightline returns.
Wah, nasi lemak. Budak-budak panggil gua Cik Mak. Dah ready semua? Mula! Tapi perlu kita bergaduh macam ni? Jangan banyak cakap.
Ustaz minggu ini, Isnin hukum pelupusan. Selasa bersuci bagi pesakit bahagian 2. Rabu surah Luqman ayat 12 hingga 17. Khamis surah Luqman ayat 18 hingga 24. Jumaat salam buat Khadijah. Sayalah Ustaz, biar tahu jangan keliru di TV3 dan TV9, stream juga melalui tonton.
Diving deep into the business world.
With expert insights and in-depth analysis.
The latest trends and developments shaping the country, region and the globe.
Key insights into finance.
On Money Matters.
Every Saturday at 5 p.m.
On TV3 and stream on Tonton.
Welcome back. The Zionist military bombed a school housing displaced Palestinians in central Gaza, killing at least 18 people, including 6 staff members of the United Nations Agency for Palestinian Refugees, UNRWA. According to UNRWA, some 12,000 displaced Palestinians, most of them women and children, were sheltering at the Al Jaouni when Zionist forces carried out 2 air attacks on the building on Wednesday. The strike that flattened part of the UN-run facility and the Nusayrat refugee camp was condemned by several countries and UN agencies. A spokesman for the Palestinian Civil Defense said the school was bombed for the 5th time. UNRWA's Commissioner General, meanwhile, said humanitarian staff, premises and operations have been blatantly and unabatedly disregarded since the beginning of the war. The death of 6 staff members now takes the number of employees killed in Gaza to at least 220. Japan's governing Liberal Democratic Party, LDP, on Thursday has named the 9 candidates who will run in a leadership race scheduled for September 27 to replace Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, whose 3-year term was tarnished by scandals. Leading the polls are Shinjiro Koizumi, a former environment minister and the son of former Prime Minister Junichiro Koizumi, and veteran former defense minister Shigeru Ishiba. His pledges include a labour market deregulation, making political funds more transparent, and to settle issues that have been debated for years. Also in the running are 2 prominent women, Sanae Takaichi and Taro Kono. The LDP holds a majority in parliament, which means the winner is guaranteed to become Japan's next prime minister. Peru's former president Alberto Fujimori, who spent 16 years in prison for crimes against humanity, has died at the age of 86 in Lima on Thursday. Fujimori's daughter, Keiko Fujimori, confirmed that the former president has died following a long battle with cancer. His health had deteriorated rapidly after completing treatment for mouth cancer in August. Fujimori, who led Peru from 1990 to 2000, was released from prison on humanitarian grounds in December, 2/3 of the way through a 25-year sentence for crimes against humanity during his rule. He was sent to prison in 2009 over massacres committed by army death squads in which 25 people were killed in supposed anti-terrorist operations. Over in the United Kingdom, figures from the Ministry of Defence have shown on Thursday that the caps worn by soldiers outside Buckingham Palace now cost more than £2,000 or $2,600 each. According to figures revealed, the costs of the ceremonial caps made from the fur of black bears soared by 30% in a year. The ministry said they are open to exploring fur alternatives. However, it would have to satisfy safety and durability considerations. Animal rights groups are against using real fur in principle, but they say it is also now a financial and ethical issue. Another smashing performance from Pearly Tina. Action from the Hong Kong Open when we come back.
MSI menarik minggu ini.
Isu restoran halal, masyarakat harus peka jangan ambil mudah halalan Thayyiban.
Kanser dalam kalangan kanak-kanak semakin membimbangkan. Apakah puncanya?
Kena sidai di lapangan terbang. Ketahui hak anda sebagai pengguna.
Kes rogol bawah umur dan sumbang maram seringkali kita dengar. Kenapa ya?
Dan soal wang, ketahui kos memasuki rumah baru.
MSI setiap Isnin hingga Jumaat 9.30 pagi.
Hanya di TV3 dan di aplikasi Tonton.
Wanita hari ini. Okey ke kalau kita nak menyenangkan orang je?
Ada orang bahagia dengan menyenangkan orang lain.
Tapi saya dah lama betul tak makan asam pedas.
Ada asam pedas ikan, asam pedas ayam. Kalau awak suka yang mana?
Nanti saya fikir tengok ni. Semua benda lah nak tunjuk.
Bahaya. Hati-hati tahu takut terjerat diri.
Autism apa yang perlu kita tahu?
Dan macam mana cara nak memahami mereka?
Ya nak, kalau awak suka memujuk atau dipujuk?
Kita ni perempuan, Wak. Mesti kita suka dipujuk.
Semuanya di Wanita Hari Ini TV3
dan stream ditonton.
Wanita Hari Ini.
Falsafah penjajah seluruh dunia. Di mana bumi dijajah, di situ bumi merdeka. Jadi di situlah lawangan pertama merdeka dan menaikkan bendera Malaysia buat pertama kalinya secara rasmi di dataran Bandar Hilir.
Melalui sambutan ini, kami berhasrat untuk menonjolkan Melaka sebagai destinasi pelancongan yang kaya dengan warisan budaya dan sejarah.
Merdeka! Merdeka! Merdeka!
We're back with sports badminton, the 2024 Hong Kong Open. National women's pair Pearly Tan and Tina advanced to the quarterfinals after defeating homesters Lui Lok Lok, Sang Huiyan in the second round on Thursday. The third seeds did not face much resistance from the world number 102 Hong Kong pair, taking only 30 minutes to win 21-16, 21-14. The world number 8 duo will now face Indonesia's Fabriana Dwi Puji Kusuma, Amalia Cahaya Pratiwi in the quarterfinals. In the mixed doubles event, Chen Tiangji, To Iwei and Hu Pang Ron, Cheng Su-yin secured their spots in the quarterfinals after winning their respective matches. Playing against their homesters Reginald Lee Chun-hei, Ng Si Yao, Tang Ji and Iwei claimed the first set 21-14 and were ahead 4-1 in the second when Si Yao had to retire from the match due to what appeared to be a shoulder injury. The world number 9 duo will face Chinese pair Goh Xinhua, Chen Fanghui next. Pang Ron Su-yin, on the other hand, produced an impressive performance, beating Taiwan's Lin Bingwei, Lin Chi-chun in straight sets. The world number 40 duo needed only 30 minutes to defeat the Taiwanese pair 21-14, 21-15 to set up a meeting with Feng Yanzi, Huang Dongping of China. Meanwhile, men's single shuttler Leong Junhao suffered a different fate as he failed to reach the quarterfinal. The world number 27 nearly created an upset but ultimately lost 14-21, 21-15, 24-22 to Hong Kong's Lee Chuk-yu in the second round. Also crashing out in the second round were professional men's doubles pair Goh Se-fei, Nor Izzuddin Rumsani. The world number 12 duo went down 21-16, 19-21, 13-21 to Indonesia's world number 103, Muhammad Shohibul Fikri, Daniel Martin. On to football, the Super League. Only one match took place on Thursday night. Johor Darul Takzim JDT FC handed Penang FC a 5-0 thrashing to remain top in the standings. At the Sultan Ibrahim Stadium, the Southern Tigers needed just 3 minutes to draw first blood through Oscar Arribas before Colombian Jorge Obregon doubled the lead in the 41st minute. Obregon then scored his second goal 8 minutes later, with Bergson making it 4-0 when he converted a penalty 6 minutes after the hour mark. Arif Aiman Hanapi completed the rout in extra time from the penalty spot to seal a convincing 5-0 victory. With the results, JDT lead the standings with 25 points, while Penang stuck in 7 with 10 points. Hockey now, the 2024 Asian Champions Trophy. Malaysia finally secured their first victory after edging Japan 5-4 on Thursday. Following a humiliating 1-8 routing by India on Wednesday, the speedy Tigers bounced back with a crucial win, thus keeping their hopes for the semi-finals alive. Defender Shafiq Said Cholan netted 2 penalty corner goals, while the other goals for Malaysia came from Noor Shafiq Sumantri, Shaman Mati and Muhammad Azrai Aizat Abu Kamal. Japan battled hard and responded with 4 goals from Ken Nagayoshi, Tsubasa Tanaka and Kazumasa Matsumoto. With the victory, the Speedy Tigers will complete the round-robin stage against South Korea in a must-win match on Saturday to secure a spot in the semi-finals. Former GP racer killed after fight with 3 men. The details when we come back.
Hi, I'm Rafiq Razali from Media Prima, and I'd like to invite you to a very special event, Omnia Advantage. Advantage is the only marketing event offering affordable and effective marketing solutions across TV, print, outdoor, radio, and digital platforms that engage over 94% of Malaysians. 1 week only, 23rd to the 27th of September. Places are filling up fast. Scan this QR code to register now.
MSI menarik minggu ini.
Isu restoran halal, masyarakat harus peka jangan ambil mudah halalan toyiban.
Kanser dalam kalangan kanak-kanak semakin membimbangkan. Apakah puncanya?
Kena sidai di lapangan terbang. Ketahui hak anda sebagai pengguna.
Kes rogol bawah umur dan sumbang maram seringkali kita dengar. Kenapa ya?
Dan soal wang, ketahui kos memasuki rumah baru.
MSI setiap Isnin hingga Jumaat 9.30 pagi.
Hanya di TV3 dan di aplikasi Tonton.
Tayanglah Ustaz minggu ini, Isnin Hukum Pelupusan. Selasa Bersuci bagi Pesakit bahagian 2. Rabu Surah Luqman ayat 12 hingga 17. Khamis Surah Luqman ayat 18 hingga 24. Jumaat Salam buat Khadijah. Tayanglah Ustaz, biar tahu jangan keliru di TV3 dan TV9, stream juga melalui Tonton.
Police have confirmed that former Malaysian GP racer Eli Idzlian Niza Elias died from severe slash wounds sustained during a fight with 3 men in Taman Behor, Goncha Jaya on Tuesday evening. Kanga District Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Yusharifuddin Muhammad Yusof said a post-mortem conducted at the Sultanah Bahia Hospital in Alostar showed that the former Cup Prix ace had died from a dozen of slash wounds. Before the brawl between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. on Tuesday, the 40-year-old victim had gone to a house in Taman Behor, Goncha Jaya to search for a 51-year-old man who is now the prime suspect in the case. ACP Yusharifuddin said the victim had gone to the man's house in a rage only to find out that he was not at home. As he was leaving the area, the victim came across the suspect at the junction where a fight ensued. The man's 31-year-old son and another man who was with the main suspect were also involved in the fight. The victim and the 3 men were already rushed to Tuanku Fauzia Hospital when the police team arrived at the scene after being alerted to the incident at about 11:13 p.m. However, the victim died at 12:30 a.m. on Wednesday.
Kita dapati senjata ni telah ada di atas tanah, dan ada kesan darah lah. Dan kita percaya senjata ni dibawa oleh seseorang, sama ada si mati ataupun B1, B2 ataupun B3.
Within 24 hours, police arrested 3 men aged between 28 and 51 at separate locations in Kanga in connection with the case. Police have seized a 112-centimeter samurai sword believed to be used in the fight, mobile phones and a digital video recorder from the suspects. Police have obtained a remand order against the suspects until September 17 for investigation under Section 302 of the Penal Code for murder. A school bus driver who was charged on Tuesday with 2 sexual offences in Batupat, Johor, has been slapped with a fresh charge for posting lewd comments on a social media post featuring a minor. The 24-year-old man, who was not named to protect the identity of the student, was accused of posting the lewd message on TikTok. The accused, who refers to himself as Abang Bas, claimed trial when the charge was read out to him before Sessions Court Judge Osman Effendi Shaleh. According to the charge sheet, he had shared a video of a 9-year-old girl alongside an offensive caption about the minor. The driver is accused of committing the offence at Jalan Aman 2 in Taman Budiman, Parit Raja, Batu Pahat on September 5th. The charge was framed under Section 233, subsection 1A of the Communications and Multimedia Act for improper use of network facilities. The court imposed a bail of 10,000 ringgit in one surety and set October 10 for the case to be mentioned in the Muar Sessions Court, where the bus driver is facing the 2 sexual offence charges. Nightline draws to a close this time around. Let's take a look as F1 racer Lando Norris lapped Silverstone in a full-size piece Lego McLaren. Comprised of more than 342,000 Lego bricks and powered by an electric battery, Norris took the car for its first successful test after thousands of hours of design and development went into the full-scale model. With that, I'm Zahir, Kelvin and Abdullah. Thank you for tuning in and stay safe.